Archangel Michael says I order you to open this right now. This will happen in your house tonight. He is trying to alert you by begging you for just 30 seconds left, and I, the Lord, am speaking to you in this moment so you cannot mistake my voice for another. Do not try to skip this, beloved, because this is for you, and I have set this hour apart so your heart finally hears what your soul has been aching to know. I have watched you in the quiet places where your breath trembles and your thoughts race like rain on a tin roof. I have seen you choose kindness when you were met with coldness, and mercy when you could have chosen defense. I have stored your tears like pearls in a vial that carries your name engraved in light. Tonight the air will feel different in your house, not with fear but with the nearness of help. Your rooms will not be filled with noise, yet the silence will speak, and you will sense a holy nearness like a warm cloak placed over weary shoulders. That nearness is me, and I will not pass by your door without stepping in. I am sending my messenger to stand watch where fatigue made you surrender ground. Where doors have been slammed in your spirit, I will place a key you did not know existed. Where windows have been fogged by confusion, I will draw a simple, clear sign across the glass, and you will understand it without effort. You have wondered if you missed your moment, if the turning came and you slept through it, if favor was a room you were not allowed to enter. Hear me clearly, the turning did not leave without you. The turning waited for you, and tonight it meets you at your own table. I am not angry with you for doubting. I am not shocked by the ache that flares in your chest at the memory of promises delayed. I do not scold a child for limping, I lift them to my shoulder and teach the leg to trust again. You have said in your heart, Lord, I cannot carry both the hope and the heaviness. So I answer you now, put the heaviness into my hands and keep the hope. It is the single candle that has kept your room from becoming a cave, and I refuse to let that candle go out. In the next breaths, release the story you have been repeating that ends with loss. I am writing a new ending with the same characters, the same house, the same you, only the light is different, the timing redeemed, the script reclaimed. When I redeem time, I do not merely return what was stolen, I multiply it back into your future. There is someone who tried to name you after your wounds, but I have named you after your endurance. You are not the label they stuck to your forehead in a moment of anger. You are the label I pressed into your spirit before you were born, mine, beloved, kept, sent. I have walked the hallways of your house in the night and listened to prayers you never dared put into words. Even your sighs were sentences to me. The floor has heard your footsteps pacing, and tonight those same boards will hear the sound of rest. When fear tries to rise like a sudden draft, tell it that the owner has returned to the house. Tell it that the locks have been changed and the deed is signed in a name fear cannot counterfeit. Tell it that Archangel Michael is stationed at the threshold and that no shadow will pass him. There are letters written long ago in the language of your destiny, and tonight they will begin to arrive as impressions, confirmations, and small, undeniable nudges. You will say, "That was too precise to be an accident," and you will be right. Providence does not misspell your name. I am rearranging furniture in the rooms of your inner life, not to unsettle you but to create space for what would not fit before. What is arriving is larger than the cramped corners of past seasons. Do not apologize for the room you need, your calling requires it. I speak to your body as well, to the places clenched by years of bracing for impact. Breathe now, because I am taking you out of emergency posture. When I say peace, it is not a suggestion, it is a law that governs the wind and settles the sea. You have asked me for a sign that would not embarrass you to believe in. I am not sending theatrics, I am sending precision. Expect to hear your name spoken kindly by unexpected lips, and expect an invitation that smells like home even if you have never been there. There is a door tonight that looks ordinary, and you have walked past it 1,000 times. Touch it and it will open, because I have already turned the bolt from the inside. What was hard from your side is easy from mine, and I have chosen to make it easy now. You are not late for your life. You are right on the moment I have appointed, like a traveler who catches the last light that carries them safely to harbor. The dock is not empty, I am there waving you in. I am striking the ground beneath your feet with a promise that will outlive the storm still on the horizon. The storm may pass overhead, but the ground will not swallow you. Your roots are under my custody, and custodianship is something I perform with joy. Archangel Michael stands like a blade between you and what meant to intimidate you. He does not negotiate with intimidation, he removes it. He is not a decoration in this story, he is an assignment in this hour. There will be a moment tonight that feels like time pauses, and you will notice a stillness settling around your doorways. Use that moment to release the sentence you kept rehearsing about being overlooked. Replace it with the sentence I give you now: I am seen, I am chosen, I am protected, I am provided for. I will not let you starve in the middle of a banquet. Provision is not coming to test you, it is coming to feed you. You will not have to perform for bread in a house that belongs to me. Your mind has been a council table where voices argue about your future. I pull the chair back for every counterfeit voice and escort it out. Only my counsel stands tonight, and it begins with the word yes. Yes to the correction that frees you instead of punishes you. Yes to the pruning that makes room for fruit. Yes to the boundaries that do not fence you in but fence danger out. Someone tried to sell you fear disguised as wisdom, and you bought it because you were tired. I return your payment and cancel the purchase. The wisdom I give you does not require dread to function. When I say new, I do not mean a recycled version of an old disappointment. I mean new like rain on a field that has only known frost. I mean new like laughter that arrives before you can plan it. Forgiveness will be the sound your floorboards make when they stop creaking under the weight of memory. You are not naive to choose it, you are brave. The chains you hear falling are not just theirs, they are yours. I am training your eyes to recognize me in small mercies so you will not miss me in the large ones. The cup in your kitchen, the message at an unexpected hour, the door that finally shuts on an unhealthy pattern, these are not random. I am speaking in all of them. I am healing your relationship with time. You will not live as a prisoner of clocks that accuse you. You will live as a steward who partners with me, and time will serve you instead of scaring you. Grace is going to feel like fresh paint in your house tonight. The same walls, yes, but the room changes because the color does. Do not apologize for feeling joy at ordinary things. That is part of how I return strength to you. You have been brave longer than you realize, and I honor that bravery now. Bravery is not the absence of trembling, it is movement in the presence of trembling. I call your bravery blessed because it leaned toward me even when you could not see me. I am not just saving you from something, I am saving you for something. You will become an answer to prayers you never heard, because I heard them. I will send you to places where your story is a key that unlocks other people's cages. There will be a conversation soon that feels like you are stepping into a room you dreamed of. Walk in without shrinking, because humility is not the same as hiding. I did not light you to place you under anything small. Your name has been wrapped in shame in certain rooms, but I unwrap it now and place honor around it. Honor does not erase truth, it heals it. You will stand straighter because I have lifted the weight that did not belong to you. Do not be surprised if old temptations knock at the door tonight when they sense the shift. They always test the boundary when a new sheriff is posted. Archangel Michael guards the threshold. Answer with peace, not with panic. Your sleep will be different, because I will keep watch while your eyes close. The dreams I send will not confuse you, they will clarify you. You will wake with sentences that feel like map coordinates, and they will lead you toward good. I am redeeming the sound of your own voice to yourself. You will speak without flinching and decide without apologizing for existing. The echo in your house will change because the authority in your mouth is changing. You asked me to remove the weight and leave the wisdom. I do both, because the wisdom you carry is not a souvenir from suffering, it is a gift from my presence. You will not have to clutch pain to prove you learned something. The fear that says you are one mistake away from collapse is a liar. I hold the structure and the foundation. Even if your hands slip on the rope, the rock under your feet does not move. I am replacing frantic striving with focused obedience. You do not need 1,000 actions to prove your faith, you need the next faithful one. I will make the next step plain and the unnecessary steps lose their shine. What happens in your house tonight is not for spectators, it is for sons and daughters. You are not auditioning for love, you are receiving it. You are not interviewing for your place, you are inheriting it. The room of regret where you kept storing, if only, is closing. I am moving you into the room of, from now on. The view is different here, and the air is easier to breathe. You will feel a nudge to tidy one small corner, to put away what speaks of grief more than it speaks of growth. Do it gently, without punishing yourself. This is not a performance, this is a preparation. I am writing victory into the places you felt most ordinary. Power arrives as peace before it arrives as fireworks. If you look only for the spectacle, you will miss the strength, so look for the peace and you will find the power. I am establishing a rhythm in your days that feels like walking with a friend who knows the way. You will not sprint then collapse, sprint then collapse. You will move with endurance because I match my pace to your healing. There is a blessing specifically crafted to fit your shoulders, and it will not slip off. You will not need to become someone else to keep it. My yoke is easy and my burden is light because it is tailored, not generic. Those who misread you will either learn again or drift away, let both be holy. You are not responsible for puppeteering the opinions of others. You are responsible for guarding the tender ground where I plant new things. When the clock whispers that 30 seconds are all you have, remember that I stand outside of time and hold your moments like seeds in my palm. I can grow a garden in a second that men cannot grow in a season. Surrender the stopwatch and receive the harvest. Your future will not be a museum of almosts. It will be a living house of fulfilled assignments and quiet wonders. You will still be you, only truer, because you will be you under my kindness. If a memory tries to drag you into an old room tonight, look at it through my eyes. I will show you where I was standing in that scene, and the shame that clung to it will fall away. You will bless the road that led you here without romanticizing the pain that paved it. I am not disappointed in how long it took, I am delighted that you kept coming. I am not counting your detours against you, I am counting your returns as worship. Every time you turned back, you were not starting over, you were starting deeper. I set a table for you in the presence of what tried to threaten you, not to humiliate you, but to restore you. You will eat without looking over your shoulder. You will drink without rationing joy as if it could run out tomorrow. I will teach your hands to hold abundance without fearing its departure. You will bless without bargaining, give without guarding the exit, love without drafting a disaster plan. That is freedom, and freedom fits you. Listen, there will be a knock, not always on the door, sometimes on your heart, sometimes in the words of a message, sometimes in the timing of a gentle call. Do not ignore it. When I knock, I bring peace with me so you know it is safe to open. You will not have to manipulate outcomes that were always mine to choreograph. Rest is not laziness, it is trust. Work will become worship again because it will spring from rest, not from panic. I am removing the aftertaste of old betrayals with the sweetness of new loyalty. I will bring you people who protect the light in you instead of dimming it out of envy. You will recognize them by how your spirit exhales around them. Your testimony will not be the spectacle of a sudden rescue alone, it will be the quiet miracle of a steady God. I do flashes of lightning, but I also do dawns. Tonight I am doing both, lightning to scare away what stalks you, and dawn to warm what grows in you. Archangel Michael says again, open this now and do not skip, for the order stands and the hour is holy. He is not content to let you miss what belongs to you, and neither am I. So I seal this word over your house with peace that passes understanding and courage that passes fear. Stand still for a moment and notice that your breathing has changed. That is me. Walk into the rest of this day and night knowing that I am already there, and what will happen in your house tonight will anchor you for what is coming next. And when you wake, speak this truth aloud, not to convince me but to agree with me. I am held, I am healed, I am guided, I am guarded, I am loved. Then take the next step I set before you and do not fear small beginnings or quiet victories. For I, the Lord, am with you, and that changes everything. I am here, closer than your breath, stirring the quiet spaces you keep between your heartbeat and your thoughts, and I am speaking to you now because your spirit is ready to hear what your fear has tried to drown out for too long. You have been walking with a weight that does not belong to you, picking up shadows that others left in your hallway as if they were yours to carry. But tonight I set them down and call you by your true name. I tell you plainly, you are not behind, you are not late, and nothing good that has your name on it will miss your door. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. This message is the key you have been searching for in drawers you never thought to open, the answer that kept standing at your window while you closed the curtains to keep out the noise. Michael is pressing at your threshold with a bright sword of truth, and he is not here to frighten you but to cut away the knots that have made even simple choices feel like storms. There are voices that get loud at night, rehearsing old arguments and building scaffolds of worry around the smallest unknowns, and I silence them now with a gentleness that does not need to shout. My gentleness is not weakness, it is the strength to end wars without a single splinter of your soul breaking in the process. I have carried your endings in one hand and your beginnings in the other, and I am weaving them into a doorway you will cross without stumbling. Tonight, in your house, there will be the softest shift, like a door that used to stick suddenly moving on new hinges, and you will know that was me. You may notice an unusual stillness, a sentence in a random place that sounds like it was written for you, a small arrangement of light where there should have been only ordinary shadow, and your heart will lean forward and say, this is different. That difference is my arrival into a room you had taught yourself to tolerate rather than transform. You have said, maybe I made it all up in my head, and you said it with the resignation people use when they have learned not to expect kindness from the next hour. But I am in the next hour, and the hour after that, and I am not offended by your doubt. Doubt is not a closed door to me, it is the place where I install windows. There is a pattern that kept repeating. You felt excitement, then guilt, hope, then hesitation, clarity, then fog. It has not been your fault. Your nervous system learned to guard every joy in case joy abandoned you first, and old disappointments taught you to move like someone crossing ice. But you are not on ice now, you are on ground I have made steady beneath you, and I am teaching your legs to remember their power. I am not asking you to force anything tonight. I am asking you to receive what is already approaching you with the pace of inevitability. The good that is yours has already located you, and you do not have to chase it with frantic lungs. You only need to open your hands where they have been clenched around what hurt you. I am not prying your fingers open, I am warming them until letting go feels natural. There is a room in your home where a memory likes to loop, and it plays a scene where you wish you had said more, or said less, or left sooner, or arrived later. Tonight, I walk into that room ahead of you and I lift the loop from its spool. I do not erase your story, I free it from replaying the one chapter that tries to define all the others. Archangel Michael is standing watch at your doorway, speaking the kind of courage that does not need an audience. He is not far away, he is here as surely as your chest rises and falls. He says there are 30 seconds left on the timer of the old fear, 30 seconds that seem to stretch into years, and when it reaches 0, the alarm that used to startle you will not sound, because I am resetting the clock to favor your peace. You asked me about timing, about the sense that everything was taking too long, and I want you to understand something you have not been told clearly. Delay has not been denial, it has been design. The corridors you waited in were not empty, they were classrooms. You learned discernment there, you learned where not to sit and what not to call love and how not to sell yourself a cheaper version of what your soul recognizes by scent alone. I have watched you choose the brave thing without applause, and I have counted that courage as seed. Seeds never look like the trees they become, and fields always look barren before the first green insists on being seen. Tonight I water what you planted with tears you tried to hide, and I declare that the soil that seemed unkind will confess its harvest. There is someone whose opinion has hung over you like a ceiling you could not reach past, and I am replacing that low ceiling with sky. You are not obligated to bend your height to fit rooms that shrink you. I am not giving you permission to abandon compassion, I am giving you instruction to abandon pretending. When you feel the old impulse to apologize for existing, remember this: breath is not borrowed, it is bestowed. You are not an interruption to any good story. You are a chapter that carries the plot forward. Do not negotiate with smallness when I have been speaking expansion into your marrow. I am visiting your house tonight with 3 gifts: clarity for your mind, tenderness for your heart, and stamina for your next stretch. Clarity will not arrive as a flood that blinds you. It will arrive as a steady lamp that keeps your feet from bruising against what you could not see. Tenderness will not make you weak, it will make you unbreakable in the ways that matter. Stamina will not require you to sprint, it will allow you to keep the pace that honors your health. You have feared that if you set a boundary you would be abandoned, and if you offered grace you would be used. Tonight I remove that false choice. You will set boundaries as naturally as skin keeps the inside separate from the outside, and you will offer grace as freely as rivers pour themselves into the ocean without running out. You are not either stone or water, you are a shoreline that knows how to receive waves without losing ground. Listen to me, there will be a whisper inside you that tells you exactly what small action to take before you sleep. Do not strain to hear it. Allow it to come like a feather falling, obvious when it lands because of the quiet it creates. It might be to tidy a corner, to write a sentence on a slip of paper you place under your pillow, to forgive someone who never apologized, or to forgive yourself for forgetting that you were learning in public. The action is not a magic trick, it is an agreement with peace. There is no curse upon you that my blessing does not undo. There is no door slammed that my hand cannot reopen with the softest touch. There is no label anyone glued to your forehead that I do not remove with the oil of truth. Your home has listened to your sighs and your laughter, and it will hear something new tonight, relief, arriving without warning like rain on a window you forgot to expect. Let the sound of it be a permission slip for your body to unclench. You do not have to earn this softness, you are returning to it. Remember the moments when you laughed from your belly and forgot to be careful, when you told the longer, kinder story about yourself, when you carried light to someone else's hallway and were surprised that your own rooms brightened. Those moments were not accidents, they were previews. I am not done with previews, I am threading them into a continuous film that will not cut to commercial when you start to trust it. There is an ache behind your gratitude, a place where you thank me and worry I might take something away because you smiled too widely. I am not a thief of your joy. I am the source of it, and I do not punish you for noticing how good the morning smells. Your name has been spoken in rooms you have not entered yet, not as a problem to solve but as an answer that fits. Do not shrink from the invitations that arrive because you think someone else would serve better. Your portion is calibrated to your hands, and I am not asking you to impersonate anyone to receive it. I love the sound of your yes when it is honest and your no when it is healthy. Practice this tonight. Place your hand over your heart and let your breath deepen until your ribs remember space, and say, I am safe to be here. You are not just repeating a line, you are reformatting the pages where fear wrote in permanent marker. What was written in pain can be edited in presence, and I am the editor who never deletes your humanity to perfect your story. When the house gets quiet and the ordinary hum returns, you might think nothing happened after all. Trust what you cannot count yet. Roots do not announce themselves to the air while they are strengthening, they do their best work in the dark. I am not hiding your breakthrough from you. I am grounding it so it will not blow away at the first gust of someone else's disappointment.